They're not teams you can point and say, oh yeah, they're going to win this game. Every game is a total toss-up. I wouldn't predict. You're going.
Okay. We're going to throw out these throwbacks.
So much for the throwbacks.
Oh, throw-ups.
Nah.
I kind of like them. My mom's going to be wearing Cornelius. My sister's going to be wearing Thomas. My dad's going to wear Motley. Yeah.
Katie Meier, senior guard Jessica Thomas, and sophomore guard. Supposed to go over the statement, and they'll take questions.
Yeah, I mean, I hate this word, frustrated, but I think that Boston College did a great job of trying to get us in that mental state. I mean, they succeeded. They got us into frustration. And Eric is just such a great coach. He does such a great job. Completely different game from your North Carolina game to Boston College. And when you look at the schedule and you see those two games back to back, it's, one team's going to be up in the 80s and the 100s, and the other team's in the 50s, and it's just like back to back. And I think we didn't really adjust very well to the defensive schemes of Boston College. And that isn't all just like, oh my God, my players weren't good. Like, there was a reason. And Boston College is doing that to everyone. So I don't want to overlook the success that they had throughout that game and the fact that they hung in there with us and never let us really pull away.
How do you explain well, you did just a little bit, but the up and down, shooting 20%, then shooting 45, then shooting 25, and then all the turnovers, just so many turnovers.
I might defer that question. You want me to take it? Okay. Passing lanes that were open on a ball fake 2 nights ago, a ball fake and things would open up and then we could fire it in there and fit it in there. Boston College stays very disciplined and they don't bite. They were doubling the post and they were flooding us when we went baseline. And, I said in the locker room, we took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, and started swimming towards the Gulf of Mexico with it. And we just really had to adjust a little bit more and realize what they were inviting us to do things. That was their strategy. And we took the invitation and RSVP'd back and said, yep, we'll be there at 2 p.m. One will attend. And defensively now, and I'm going to get positive here because it was an amazing amount of energy that we spent on the defensive end. At halftime, I said if we were a football team and there was 20 minutes of this game, our time of possession was 5. We were playing 5 minutes. We played 5 minutes of offense in that first half and 15 minutes of ridiculous hard defense. And as a coach, it does burn your legs, and you know what's coming. So when we started off flat, I just thought, let me get to the bench a little bit. Kiki Harris was just so great. Erica Davenport, so great, just so positive. And then Kayla Prather made a couple plays that'll never make anybody's highlight film, but she got 2 over-the-back calls on Fasula, which kind of took her out of the game, and a couple of huge offensive rebounds, and just really ignited us a little bit. So once again, the bench really came through. And then Kiana Hayes, who came off the bench, incredible veteran plays down the stretch.
Speaking of your defense, you forced them into 34 turnovers. Was that just sort of the scheme, and you're going to force them to do things that are going to cause them to turn the ball over, or was it just sort of that's how it happened?
No. That was a lot of effort by my players. They dug deep, and we did some different schemes and some different looks out of our presses. We couldn't be really obvious. They're a high-level IQ team. But I'm just sitting there thinking that might have looked like a game of catch. We threw it to Boston College. They threw it back.
JJ, from your perspective, just the turnovers and what they were able to do against you guys defensively, what was it like for you being out there on the floor and trying to fight through that?
Coach mentioned it's frustrating. Boston College, credit to them because they played some tough in the lane defense. They packed the lane. They made it hard for the vision to see over them and stuff like that. The things we're doing against North Carolina, but the things we get usually most of the time, we definitely weren't getting because of their length and their size and their high hands and all that type of stuff. So, it was frustrating, but at the same time, we know we got to be better because we knew, the coaches, the staff do a great job of the game prep. So it's just a matter of coming out and executing the game plan.
Laura, how about you? What's your assessment of the game?
I think we put a lot of effort out, definitely. But yeah, offensively, a couple days ago we scored 100 and now it's 58. So Not really consistent, but I think, these kind of games you still got to win, although it's ugly. And we got to learn from it. Like, watch film, because we just had too many turnovers, and we can't afford that against, other ACC teams. So we got to finish out games.
Coach, can you talk about your seniors, because they scored all but one of your points in the fourth quarter. Just talk about how having
That's
that sort
awesome.
of veteran leadership in a game like this where you're really struggling
Yeah.
helps your team.
Yeah, I just kept, we didn't want it to be close, and I was, but they took the lead? Did they take the lead? They won. And then I just figured, well, I'd still rather have my team with the experience that we have and the games that we've had this year, and if it comes down to running specific plays. And also just, I thought, well, you got to trust your defense. The defense has been coming through all night. Those defensive plays at the end that Kiki made, Kiki and Erica had 5 steals each, and I think that's season high.
When it was 52 to 49,
Yeah,
guys, and she was
Kiki.
still
Oh,
right.
yeah. But to be honest, that was from the scout. Fitz the scout. It was that play we had scouted, and we were supposed to stunt and steal, and Kiki just really, we did one part of the play, and then she made a read off the second part of that play. She did that twice, that she really got her hand on a couple things that really, and then Erica was asking me, she was asking for a different defensive scheme for herself on Fasula, really engaged. So Kiki and Erica, 10 steals from those two is pretty amazing. I'm really, really proud of them.
Laura, you mentioned consistency. How do you guys find it at this point?
I guess just trying to, keep working hard, trust the process, and I guess, stay focused. Like, I guess that's, most important thing.
Anything else? All right, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Just gonna, did they cut?